Hello, guys. I want to give my own take on this just concluded Anthony Joshua versus Christian Prenga fight. I'm going to react to what the top sports team they're talking about. Some people thinking that there is some hanky-panky going on, and others say it's a case of experience with naivety and novice. So let's see what they are talking about. Listen.
I did.
Straight away. In fact, you were the first person to text me in the aftermath of Anthony Joshua coming through against Christian Prenga. It buzzed in. I saw the captain. Right, what's he up to here now? There were emojis and all sorts in that text message. You were confused with it, weren't you?
Mate, I was very confused.
What was your initial thought?
Well, for one, I was really confused by the performance in the first round by AJ.
Okay.
I felt that Prenga kind of put it on him, and he didn't respond well, AJ, and obviously hit the canvas twice. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, it's not the same AJ I know, not confident. Then, second half rocks up, and he wasn't even, then Prenga didn't even push forward. So I was confused by that even. So I was thinking, well, if you smell boxers, when they smell blood, they go for the kill. And he didn't. He shut off the gas. It's actually a bit like England and that's Argentina. In the semi-finals of the World Cup. But I'm thinking, go on then, finish them off, and then no, went into defence mode, and then got beat. And it didn't make no sense.
Are you in the conspiracy group? There's a lot, mate. There's lots of it. People obviously.
Well, we know about Simon.
Okay, so you can understand where the discussion is heading. They're beginning to think that Prenga did everything he had to do in the first round. He threw all the right shots. He got Anthony Joshua wobbly. He could have finished him, right? And then in the second round, he just gave up. He gave up and he wasn't throwing any shots anymore. Now, you got to understand that Anthony Joshua and Prenga match is a warm-up fight. Just the same way the Fury fight is also a warm-up fight. The guys who are fighting against these elite boxers, they are novices. A lot of their records are padded. So how do you expect someone who is who has never been on such a stage to be able to react properly? 9 out of 10 times, these guys are going to react in the wrong way. And that's what we saw. To me, there's no conspiracy theory. Prenga just didn't know what he was doing after that. There was no conspiracy theory. If it was to be a more experienced fighter, definitely he would, put his legs on the gas and push and make sure that he finishes the fight. But that was not the case. So let's forget about conspiracy. Anthony Joshua was just a punch away from losing. So we have to be careful what we put out there.
Simon tweeted straight away, and he says, "There's something going on here. Something a bit dodgy.
Don't pull Scooby-Doo in.
So it was a little bit weird, but listen, that's why I text you, because I know you're the professional and you were there. Yeah. So you don't feel the fight.
My personal take is, listen, I'm not into the conspiracy theories. At the end of the day, Christian Prenga was brought in for a particular reason. Anthony Joshua's gone through a lot. This was a warm-up towards the super fight that everybody wants to see against Tyson Fury. He was brought in because he is at a certain level. He's not an elite heavyweight. The alarm is that first round. Anthony Joshua doesn't even get hit with anything majorly significant. He's been in the dance. He's all over the place. I personally...
So you see, he's got a point here. Christian Prenga is of a certain level. He's not on the level of Tyson Fury or the big boys of the heavyweights. He's not. And so he was brought in because he needed to be a prep fight for Anthony Joshua. Everybody expected Joshua to be able to do what he does. He should knock him out because he's not on his level. But unfortunately, we have to understand that Joshua is coming back from a very terrible experience in his life. I mean, I don't think there are two or three, there are people who experience what Joshua experienced before he came for this return fight. Two of his best friends died. Believe me, that is going to be a major adrenaline dump or a major weakness for any fighter who's returning. You know, people can lose a fight and find it difficult to come back. But in this case, this guy lost friends. So we just have to be very careful how we look into this, because the Joshua fight, to me, played out the way it should. Even though it was a bit more dramatic in the first round, but then the man was not ready. He was not ready mentally at that point. But you could see what happened in the second round, when Joshua picked himself up, and I believe strongly because of the experience he had with Usyk, Alexander Usyk, the arguably the best of the best in the heavyweight era category. The experience he had with Usyk probably made him who he was, why he won that fight. There's no other way to look at it, because the old Anthony Joshua will probably give up. You know, so talk sport or any sports pundit at this point, leave the man alone. He's just coming off a very terrible experience. He's back. He won. No matter how bad or how you guys think it was that he won, leave him alone. Give him his flowers. All right. So if you have any additionals, let me know. Bye.